Based on confirmed reports from June 3rd and 4th, 2025, Ukraine's security service, SBU, executed a covert underwater bombing of the Kerch Bridge, also known as the Crimean Bridge. The operation likely combined underwater drones, unmanned underwater vehicles, UEUVs designed to operate autonomously or remotely in aquatic environments, possibly the Marichka model, a 6-meter-long torpedo-shaped drone built by Ukrainian defense startup Ammo Ukraine, capable of carrying large explosive payloads. These drones supported Ukrainian combat divers in placing the charges. To prepare, Ukrainian forces relied on satellite imagery, high-resolution photos captured from orbiting satellites, and underwater sonar mapping, a technique using sound waves to create detailed maps of submerged structures to analyze the bridge's underwater framework. Small drones or covert dive teams were likely deployed earlier to gather precise data on the bridge's underwater structure, enabling accurate targeting. Under the cover of night, divers approached using closed-circuit rebreathers, specialized breathing devices that recycle exhaled air and eliminate visible bubbles, allowing silent movement with minimal acoustic or visual detection. They navigated with sonar pingers, small devices emitting sound pulses for underwater positioning, and underwater GPS, or inertial navigation systems, which use acoustic signals or motion sensors to guide movement in environments where standard GPS fails. These tools led them directly to the bridge's structural base. The team likely used Marichka-class drones, known for their stealthy, low-profile design that makes them nearly invisible to most radars, scanners, and sonar systems, to transport a massive payload of nearly 1,000 kilograms, roughly 1 ton equivalent to the weight of a Ford Fiesta. Imagine the logistical challenge. Ukrainian forces had to ferry this car-sized load of explosives from their territory, likely near Odessa or Snake Island, in multiple trips to place it beneath the bridge. The explosives were likely shaped charges designed to focus their blast into a concentrated point to penetrate hard materials like concrete or steel or limpet mine-style devices, which attach to surfaces using magnets or adhesives. These were engineered for maximum impact against the bridge's submerged support piers, the critical pillars bearing the structure's weight. The charges were probably magnetized or fitted with specialized clamps to stay secure in strong underwater currents. To remain undetected, they were placed below the silt line, the layer of sediment at the seabed, or within recessed structural joints, hidden crevices in the bridge's framework that are hard to inspect with standard surveillance equipment. Anti-handling mechanisms, safety features that trigger detonation if tampered with, ensured the charges couldn't be disarmed, and they could be activated remotely via radio signals or through timed detonation set to explode at a predetermined moment. After installation, the divers withdrew along their original route, possibly using alternate extraction plans like surfacing at a remote location or being retrieved by a submersible, a small underwater craft used for covert transport. At precisely 4:44 a.m. local time on June 3, 2025, the explosives detonated, causing significant structural damage to one of the bridge's spans, disrupting traffic and severing a key logistical route for Russian military operations in occupied Crimea. Looking ahead, Ukraine plans to use the Marichka drone, which functions like a torpedo, a self-propelled underwater weapon, to target bridges, potentially damaging or destroying them. This stealthy, multi-purpose undersea drone is designed to make Russian ships' bridges and fortifications explode. With a range of up to 1,000 kilometers, it can loiter or hover in place underwater for hours in standby mode, conserving energy while awaiting a timer or signal to strike. Its multiple internal compartments allow it to switch roles from suicide strikes where it sacrifices itself to destroy a target, to cargo delivery, or reconnaissance, gathering intelligence on enemy positions. The drone's route likely began in Ukrainian-controlled areas like Odessa or Snake Island, slipping past Russian maritime surveillance systems like radar, sonar, and patrol vessels thanks to its low-profile design. Meanwhile, combat divers were deployed from a covert vessel, possibly disguised as a civilian fishing boat, to execute the underwater phase of the mission. The Crimean Bridge, also called the Kerch Strait Bridge, spans 227 meters and consists of parallel bridges, one for a 4-lane road and one for a double-track railway built at a cost of $3.7 billion.